Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For today's video I thought it would be really fun to do a book haul. The only issue is that in the month of December and November I'm not allowed to purchase any books because I lost a bet with my husband regarding whether an actor was or was not in the TV show MASH. And I lost because he knows everything about MASH and I should have known better. So I'm going to go with a November book haul because I did get quite a few books in the month of November and I wanted to talk to you about them. The first book I got in the month of November is Gracefully You by Jenna Dewan. I went into this book thinking that it was a biography. It's more of a self-help book, but so far I'm really liking it. It gives you really good de-stressing techniques and some really interesting healthy recipes, and she incorporates it all with how she uses it in her everyday life. So it's definitely helped me out some with managing anxiety and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a really helpful book, I suggest picking this guy up. So I did make a trip to my local bookstore in the month of November. I got a bunch of new books, but the first ones I picked up are a beginning of a series. It's by Shirley Damsgaard, and the beginning book is Which Way to Murder, and then the second book in the series is Charmed to Death. Now, these books follow Ophelia Jensen and her grandmother, and she is a librarian, but she has witchy powers, and she doesn't want to have witchy powers because it's something that's happened in her past. And I just thought it would be a really neat fit because I find stories about witches and stuff like that fascinating, and books. So I'm about halfway through this guy. It's not enrapturing me, but I'll finish and then we'll see if I ever get to the second one. I think there's about 8 books in this series, so maybe if it does catch my interest, it'll be a good speed read. The next series I grabbed from my local bookstore is Protector of the Small by Tamara Pierce. I got the first 3 books in that series, and I don't really know what these guys are about. Girls are fragile, more emotional, easier to frighten, so it's probably going to be about a girl who wants to be a knight or something like that, if it's anything like Tamara Pierce's other books. I like this writer. I've read quite a bit of her work, but never these, and they were super cheap, so I thought I would add them to my bookshelves and get to them on a rainy day. Another book I grabbed at the used bookstore is just the beginning book of Games of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I've never read these books. I've never watched the TV show. I know kind of what it's about, warring families, who's gonna be on the throne at the end, and I figured I'd give it a try. I mean, they had so many copies that this guy cost me $1, so again, add it to the shelves and get to it on a rainy day. Another book series I got at the used bookstore is by Tamara Pierce, Trickster's Queen and Trickster's Choice. Again, the next generation taking on the big bad, proving that women are worthwhile, and add it to the shelves, read it at some point. Ooh, the battery's dying. Let's see if we can get through this. My best find at the used bookstore in the month of November was Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. I don't even think the spine is cracked on this guy. He's hardcover. Yeah, perfect condition. And I love a good musician biography. I read them quite often. It always fascinates me to see the behind the scenes of all this kind of stuff. I think that might be why I enjoyed Daisy Jones and the Six so much. But this guy I'll probably read right after Christmas, my first read in January, and I'm really looking forward to delving into Bruce Springsteen. Now, I did get into town, and when I say town, I mean I drove 45 minutes to go to an actual bookstore, and I got myself some things in the month of November as well. I picked up Scythe by Neil Shusterman because I really wanted to read it. I am enjoying it so far. I will hopefully finish this weekend, but things have come up, and of course I have not had a chance to read. But I'd heard so many great things about this book by YouTubers that I couldn't say no. So it's about 2 scythe apprentices. So scythes are the ones who kill people, called gleaning, in a world where everybody is immortal. So they choose who deserves to die to help control the population. And Citra and Rowan are the 2 apprentices, and only one of them can be a scythe. So they're kind of going back and forth and training to be that, and whoever gets to be the scythe, their family gets immunity for life. so they will never be cleaned. And this is a really enjoyable book so far. I am enjoying it, but if you haven't been able to tell, I do stick through about like 4 or 5 books at the same time and pick them up as I feel like them. The Colorado Kid by Stephen King. I was so excited to find this book at the bookstore, but I have been looking for this book since I was in high school. It was out of print for years. It's a not well-known Stephen King book. It is about a reporter in a small town who is trying to write a reporting piece about a town mystery, and she learns about the mystery of the Colorado Kid, which was a murder that's never been solved. And it's the basis for the TV show Haven, which I really enjoyed. I watched that one all the way through, so I've always wanted to read it, and now that I've finally found it in print, I can. This is the book I'm currently keeping in my purse because it's really tiny and it's easy to take around with me. So hopefully I will be done this in the next couple days because I'm reading it on my breaks at work. I picked up copies of Truly Devious and The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, and I love a mystery, and so Truly Devious follows Stevie, who is going to the prestigious Ellingham Academy and wants to solve the murder of the Ellingham Academy's founder's wife and daughter, and the only clue is a ransom note written by Truly Devious. So this follows Stevie's first couple weeks where she solves a little bit of the crime. And then The Vanishing Stair is the sequel where she solves another little bit. Now, I'll go into a more detailed rant about this book series, but I do have some thoughts. I have some issues with this one, but that'll probably be my next video, is talking about what I think about these books. They're a really good read. They're a quick read. I think it took me 3 days to read both of them. I'm glad I picked them up in November. And thoughts. I picked up off of the clearance shelf in my local bookstore The Possible by Tara Alter-Brando. I haven't picked this one up yet. I haven't started reading it, but it's about Kaylee, whose mother was a psychic or something like that, and she's been in prison since Kaylee was 4 years old. And Kaylee's kept a secret her entire life until a local radio station decides they want to do a podcast about Kaylee's mother and interview her for it. So I think it goes into the backstory of what happened with her mother, Crystal, and what's happening in present day and the podcast. So Crystal's always said she's innocent, but we don't know, so it kind of sounds like a family drama and mystery wrapped into one. And I'll read this. I think it's going to be a quick read, probably like a readathon, finish over a weekend or something, and we'll pick that up soon. The last book I grabbed is Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo. Ketterdam, a bustling hub of international trade where anything can be had for the right price, and no one knows that better than criminal prodigy Kaz Brecker. Kaz is offered a chance at a deadly heist that could make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone. Kaz's crew are the only ones who might stand between the world and destruction if they don't kill each other first. So the tagline is 6 dangerous outcasts, 1 impossible heist, and this was on the bestseller list. There is a couple sequels out, and it sounded right up my alley, so I decided to grab it. I've heard great things. So we will see how that goes, and hopefully I get to these books soon because I'm really excited to read them all. And since I can't buy any books in the month of December or January, I hope I get them all, and I hope I get some books for Christmas. I've already gotten a couple gift cards to the bookstore, so we will have to see how that goes. Hopefully I get through all of these soon so I can tell you what I like and what I dislike about them. And if you hear background noises, my husband is home for Christmas, so there's going to be Star Trek in the background, and there's going to be dogs whining, and there's going to be all of that fun stuff. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Another 2-hour pure series I got at the bookstore is Trickster's Queen